All right, welcome to an episode of Untamed Thoughts. This is C. Hans, your host here. Um, Today, just checking in. I had like a little discussion or whatever that we want to talk about today. I had some conversations today, but before I get into that, I'm bringing in today. Her name is, as you see her, her name is Miss Carrie, or Miss Spark Out Travel, or Miss I'm about to get married soon, or Miss Mom, or Miss Mompreneur, or Miss Business Lady. If she has so many titles. But check this out. You want to introduce yourself?
You pretty much
No, go ahead.
said
Bye.
it all.
Go ahead,
Hello,
man. Go ahead. We
everybody.
gotta hear
I
get
am
to it.
Miss
Go ahead.
Carrie. We gotta get to it because I'm late because of me. I was trying to eat real quick, but he pretty much told you everything. Let's get to it.
What's your name?
I'm Miss Carrie. I said it.
All right. So today,
Thank
okay,
you,
y'all.
by the way, for allowing me on your platform.
Oh, no
Appreciate it.
problem, no problem. And we're here right now on Facebook, and then IG and all other stuff. Then over here we at TikTok.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna be here long because y'all know me. I like to get in and get out. So topic, today's topic is going to be what was the topic again that I told you?
Why?
Why is it that a black man does not want to marry a black woman? I was in a group today. Well, it started yesterday, and it kind of spilled over to today. It was it was kind of crazy. The conversation kind of went haywire. I'm gonna read some of the responses, and it's pretty hilarious.
Okay.
The topic is, why do black men pretty much prefer to date outside their race? Before I get into it, just a little background. Right now it's 2022, well, almost 23, and I'm seeing interracial relationships. I'm seeing a lot of divorces amongst the black community. I'm seeing a lot of abuse within the black community. I'm seeing a lot of everything. The crazy thing is, and y'all, if I'm looking down, if you see me looking down, because I'm looking at my screen right here, but it's annoying the black. I found out that it's annoying the black woman on why come her brother, or not brother, because it kind of sounds like incest, but why come her black man don't want to prefer to date outside their race or date within another culture. I found out that in other cultures, women does not have rights. They don't have not equal rights. They don't have a say so. They don't have a voice. They don't have a lot of different things. Matter of fact, I was talking to the group and I let them know the other day I was at work, at the store. I was at work and this lady said, "Can I speak?" And he said no. Her husband said no. And in my mind, I was like, whoa. That kind of blew me away because I know in our culture, you tell our culture, our beautiful black women, if I tell you, no, you can't speak, it's going to be a whole problem. Matter of fact, you're not going to even ask me, can you speak? You know what I mean? It's unheard of. You know what I mean? And in my mind, they kind of messed me up. I'm not a chauvinist. I'm not none of that. But in my mind, because of how I was raised, the culture I was raised in, here in,
USA.
United States, North America, Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, or whatever. I know females. I know females that, you know what I mean? And you can't even tell them that their hair is ugly before they beat you up. With you as a woman, how would you?
Okay. So, I feel like as women, I feel so I'm hurt. You tell me the truth, and the truth hurt me, so don't say it again.
Right.
You tell me, no, baby, your ass isn't fat, and I know my ass ain't fat, right? But I'm mad that, oh, so, and then now every time you on watching the TV and it's just so happened the girl's butt is big, now it's another argument. Oh, you watching her, huh, because her butt big. Does it make sense? I think we make our own arguments. I think we blow things out of proportion because of what we feel, the way what you said or how you said made me feel some type of way. So I'm going to blow it out of proportion because, oh, I'm a woman, he'll forgive me, and it's supposed to be that way.
Right. Is it supposed to be that way?
Society today, I feel like the quote unquote modern woman today, it's that way.
Why is that?
It's that way because, okay, so men are actually I'm a travel agent. Men are actually getting passports, leaving the country, going to find wives. Why? Because wives out of United States know how to submit to a man who can lead, protect, and provide. Versus a United States woman, I'm a bad bee. If I make $2 more than you, you ain't nothing. You're less than a man because you don't provide, and but we make $10 more than what we was making 2 years ago. But it's still not enough for the man in society. You get a good man, and because his car ain't tip-top shape at the moment, oh, baby, I can do way better than that because Rhonda's man down the street got a Mercedes, honey. Because now I'm comparing my life to Rhonda's life down the street, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I'm seeing this made-up life down the street, and I'm trying to make sense of why my life is the way it is type thing, if that makes sense.
Okay. And before I comment on that, listen, I am, people are trying to get in, and I'm texting different ones because they're trying to find it. But all they got to do is just find the link. You know what I mean? Whatever. Listen, so you said submit. And I want to use that word, but I really don't, not yet. Because we have to find out what the definition of submit is.
Okay, well,
And so before I tell you the definition, give me your definition of submit.
My definition in layman's terms, if I come to you today and I said, and me and you are in a relationship, right? And I said, sweetheart, it's 10 o'clock at night. I think I want to go get an ice cream. I want to go to the corner store down the street. It's right down the street. It's not even 2 miles. You tell me, nah, wait till tomorrow to get that ice cream. In my head as a woman, now, the most women that I know in today's society, it's an argument because you're trying to control me. I go to that same store every day, all day. Mind you, you know what happens at that store. I'm blindsided about what really goes on at 10 o'clock at night at that same store that I just told you I'm finna go to. Looking all fly and cute. And I just want some ice cream.
Okay. So, submission is not doing what the other party tells you to do. Even in a vows it says wife submit to your husband, but and husband submits to your wives, or whatever. But submission is not telling a person what to do.
No. Not all together. No.
Not all together.
Not all together submission, no.
What are you talking about?
That's just a piece of the pie is submission.
This right here says
Okay.
Submission in marriage means selflessness, service, accountability, and respect for your partner. which should be mutual. It is not slavery or a woman called to lose her voice. The fundamental rubric on which the Christian marriage is built is love, and love is anything but desire to control. It said Christian marriage, but that's all marriage.
All marriage. I think a lot of people got control.
It's supposed to be all marriage, because in another country, women don't have, like I said earlier, women don't have a voice.
Right.
Women don't, and so to bring it back to, like I said, to today, to the black man, the black man is tired of hearing it. I'm a black man, and I know this sounds wrong when I say we're tired of hearing it, but what I personally feel like, what y'all don't understand, as far as women, and I'm talking about a marriage between a man and a woman. I'm not talking about a marriage between a man and a man, a woman and a woman. I'm not talking about a poly relationship. I can't dip into that because I don't understand it and I don't know anything about it. And I know, in my personal opinion, that's not right. In my personal opinion, and I know I'll probably get shot for this. I'm not shot, but in my personal opinion, I feel like even a dog know to mate with a female dog to produce a baby. It's one of the purposes of marriages. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm not going to get on my opinion just yet. Right. But what I'm talking about between a man and a woman, today in the group text, we was talking, and I was like, men and women. Well, my homegirl, she was like women too, but men, we go through so much as being black. We go through so much as being a man. We whatever we kill, that's what our family eat. And so if we're a real man, that's what we're focused about. I'm not talking about somebody cheating and stuff like that. I'm not getting into that tonight. Right. But what I'm saying is, what we kill is what we eat, is what we bring home to the family.
A man has to gain value over time. A woman is born with value. We decrease our value with sleeping with all these different men or having all these different baby daddies. We decrease our value in that, which is a man, he has to gain his value. He has to show a woman that, hey, I can lead, protect, and provide for you.
I get that, and that makes a whole lot of sense. The man is more of, like I said, we're working every day. Well, we're supposed to be.
Right.
We're working every day. We going out. We dealing with bull crap from the quote unquote white man, or we dealing with bull crap from our own kind. You know what I mean? It's hard being an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? It's hard being an entrepreneur around your family and around your friends. You know, your family think that two things. Some of your family would think that because you have your own business, you're supposed to come look out for them. When it's the other way around, when you're supposed to look out for me. You're supposed to, because I have a whole family here. So you're supposed to pay my prices and allow me to give the others. But I'm not going to deal with that part tonight. But the thing is, like, and the other side is, being an entrepreneur, people think that you got money. When you're the one that spends more money than anybody,
putting into
trying to
business.
You understand what I'm saying? You're the entrepreneur too. So you understand. But it's hard as a man. See, becoming a man didn't come with a manuscript.
Right.
I hear women say all the time, you know, this is not what a man's supposed to be. Okay, I got a question for you. What is a man? I don't want to know your ideal of a man. Right. What is a man? And you'll find out that you taking somebody else's definition based off of what you was taught and what you saw. I do home remodeling, right? And I was working somewhere the other day, and one of the guys that was there, which is my cousin, he's my eldest, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I watch HGTV." You know what I mean? I was like, "Cool," you know. So it don't mean anything. It don't mean you know how to do it. He was like, "Man, it's so easy to do this. I do it," and I told him, "It's the commercial break that you don't see what's going on." Right? It's the commercial break. In that commercial break, that they have to quote unquote pay some bills, their wall probably done fell.
Yeah.
The paint wasn't the right color.
Yeah. Toilet coming out.
The screws is too
Yeah.
big. The toilet is overflowing.
Yeah.
You understand?
All that.
As a man, there's a commercial break that us as a man don't come home and tell you about.
Exactly.
Because we're afraid that you're gonna not look at us as the man,
Exactly.
but we are considered to be punks.
Right.
So now, the other topic that goes into this is feelings.
Okay. Yeah.
See, we're
I'm just getting excited about this.
we're not allowed to have feelings
Yeah.
because the moment we have feelings, now we're less than a man to you guys because you guys are, and everybody is emotional, but you guys are more emotional, right?
Take it out of the extreme. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then y'all will use that in our argument. I'm not just talking about black women, I'm talking about all
Women
women.
in general. Yes.
So, at what point do we say, we got to stop and just think about it and say, hey, listen, instead of me tearing him down, because a lack of faith in your husband or your man or your mate is a way of tearing them down.
Yes.
A lack of communication is a way of turning them down. Even though we don't talk, we expect y'all to talk because believe it or not, we're not going to admit it, but we're going to listen to what you have to say.
Right.
Whether we say, baby, you're right. I got somebody that's real close to me right now. He's so male chauvinistic, it's ridiculous. And not knowing that half the stuff that he does is because of his wife. How he moves and how he thinks and how he writes. It's because of his wife. How he functions is because of his wife. And so, but the thing is, when it comes down to the wife standpoint, I'm not that guy that says women should know their role. No, I'm not going to say that, but everybody do have a role.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And your role is to support. It's to help carry. Wherever I'm weak at, that's where you carry. Also, if I like to use a lot of street analogies. If me and my partner's on the block and I'm doing something right now and my partner sees what's going on, I expect him to say, hey man, listen, we got one time right there. Or we got static right here. You know what I mean? You need to pay attention. That's the role of the wife, in my personal opinion. That's one of the roles, I'm sorry. That's one of the roles. It's our other eyes when we're too busy. Working.
Trying
now when
to
it comes,
provide and lead.
Right. And so now you're talking about why we don't want to marry. A lot of us have seen our parents. A lot of us seen our aunts and uncles, our grandparents. We've seen our friends. We've seen our friends' parents' relationship. We've seen our relationship, and I can speak on one of my relationships, right? And the whole relationship was this. I didn't want to hear that. I didn't need to hear that because I was hearing that.
Right.
Out
You
there.
already had your piece in here.
So I'm supposed to come home and get my peace.
Right.
I'm not supposed to have hell in the world and then come home and have hell.
Exactly. Understood.
What's your thoughts?
I very much understand. It's sad and it hurts me. Okay, so I was talking to my boyfriend and we have these conversations all the time. He actually woke me up one day, in layman's terms. We was talking, boo wham, and he was like, see, do you hear what you just said? And I was like, what? So I thought about it, And I was like, wow, I sound like one of them. He was like, exactly, baby. So, and I'm not trying to get on you. I'm not trying to fuss. I just want you to see, you know, take the rose-colored glasses off and actually see who you are, if that makes sense. This is you. And I had, at that meeting moment, I understood, if that will. Like I evolved to understand, and still to this day we have conversations because still some things I don't understand and I want to make light of the understanding. Like, I'm a typical African American woman. I am not a modern woman. I have been wed before. I've had a husband before, and we've had kids. So it would be selfish to meet a modern man and belittle him because I'm not who he chose at the end of the day.
I'm reading a message from this group that I'm in.
Okay.
This group is pretty funny. I'm gonna tell. Matter of fact, Tanisha's on here. I'm gonna tell Tanisha to add you to the group because it's really hilarious.
Okay.
But one of the comment was, I ain't gonna say her name because I don't know if she want to be out there like that. But she said no man likes to hear the wrongdoings, hear the wrong that they do, or what men are doing wrong, just like us women. It's only if you can take constructive criticism or not. Some people can't take it. If it's good or bad. And then she started talking about her phone being retarded. But, because she was texting
I
through her
agree
phone.
with her.
Yeah, no, but really, nobody really wants to hear it.
Right.
And
But
I went
hearing
going back
it
to the
makes you
beginning.
better. It helps you grow.
It's the delivery.
But that's the problem. Forget
It's-
the delivery.
It's the delivery.
Who cares how you said it? You said it.
It's the delivery.
No. Who cares how you said that today is going to be rain? It's still going to be rain.
That sounds good in a nursery rhyme. It's your delivery, baby. Listen, this, that, another versus. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. You need to be doing this. I'm not gonna hear nothing that you have to say. If you're yelling at me, if you talking to me like, excuse me, y'all, but if you talking to like me, like one of you niggas on the street, I shut down.
Right.
I have to because now I'm on guard. I don't want to hear anything that you have to say. Nothing. It's your delivery. It's just like me saying, baby, you fat. You gaining weight, right? Or I can say, baby, listen, we gonna go on a diet together. You know, because I love you enough
Right.
to help you,
Right.
not insult you.
Right.
But I love you enough to
Right.
help you to know, babe, first off, this is unhealthy.
Right. And I'm looking in the mirror and I see this myself because 9 times out of 10, if you saying it, I already felt that way.
Right.
Gotcha.
So it don't make no sense for me to say, baby, you fat, this, that, and other. Or, baby, you losing way too much weight, your head bigger than whatever. Right?
Right.
It's the delivery. And that's a lot of reason why the man don't want to. And I hate to say this, because I love black women. I really do. Like, but that's one of the reasons why the black man don't want to go to a black woman.
It's
You know why? Because of the mouth.
Right.
And it's not because of the mouth, it's the delivery. So before I get shot, you know, on my way home on 20, listen, I'm not, in a way. You know what I mean? Like, it's the delivery. It's you make a decision on how you want to talk to me. I make a decision, whether I'm in the heat of the moment or not. I can say, hey, the last relationship I was in, I know 45 to 65% I screwed up in a relationship. It is because I didn't know how to talk. And then when I realized, I sat back and I realized it was my decision on how I talk to you. it's my decision on whether I'm gonna wake up in the morning and get up and go to bed. I mean, get up and go to work and be responsible. It's my decision on how I'm gonna talk to you. How can I be responsible and how can I be responsible and respectable to the people on my job that just giving me money who really ain't paying me what I'm really worth? You understand what I'm saying? But then come home and give my old lady hell. Or in your case, or in our cases, your spouse. You know what I mean? It's the it's the communication. That's the main problem, in my personal opinion. That's the main problem. I see a couple people from the group on here tonight. Do me a favor. Just say what's up real quick so I can know you on here or whatever. Once again, I'm C. Hines. This is Miss Carrie, Miss Spark Out Travel, Miss Travel Agent, Miss Almost Married, Miss Mom, Miss Mompreneur, Miss Entrepreneur, Miss Black Woman. So I'm gonna deviate from that for a second.
Okay.
Because there was another question asked in this group.
I'll check and see what questions we have on there.
Yeah, do that real quick. Y'all listen. She finna check on something real quick. But y'all, I'm tired. Do me a favor. If you haven't liked, follow, or subscribe, or whatever, everything, YouTube, IG, Facebook, everything, Untamed Thoughts, Miss Carrie, Spark Out Travel, whatever. Next week, I got somebody else coming in. Very prolific speaker. And you guys will know about that probably Saturday or Sunday or whatever. But the next topic that we're going to move on, that we're going to come back to, is at what point do we check our emotions? When we realize that our emotion makes up 90% of us, of who we are, we got to get to a point where we say, I cannot get mad. I cannot be angry. I cannot be depressed. I cannot be selfish. Like she's being selfish right now. She's eating. But I cannot be selfish. I cannot be... It takes the same energy to be selfish, mad, pissed off, whatever else, right? It takes the same energy to be happy, sad. I mean, be happy, joyful. We're in the phase right now in 2022 and 23 that we're on our way to, that we really don't care about nobody else's rises. We do all these positive self-talks, you know. If nobody can be for me, I'm a ride for myself, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a black woman, I'm independent, I'm a black man, I'm independent, I don't need nobody else. That's the purpose of people being here. We need each other. But we gotta get to a point where we can check within ourselves and check our emotions and check who we are. And it's not being it's not being gay or a punk. You know, to tell somebody, hey man, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. I make sure every day while I'm at work now. And it was hard at first. But every time I see a young black man that's really trying, when I know where he come from, when I know what he's doing, I try my best to, hey dude, you good. You know what I mean? Like, I see you. I'm proud of you. You making some better decisions than I did when I was your age. And I'm 40 now. You know I look hot to death. I know, I don't look it, but yeah. But I'm proud of you. Come on, Carrie. Controlling our emotions. Matter of fact, before I get to that, somebody brought up this book that I've read at least twice. But if you guys haven't got it, take a peek at it. It's called The 5 Love Languages. It's a good read. It's an easy read. It ain't number like 30 to maybe to 40 pages long at that. But and I might be underestimating, but it's not a bad read. I finished it in one day. And it tells you who you are. Like, it tells you who you are and how you like to be loved. It tells you, if you like affirmations, if you like to be touched, if you like to be, talked to or whatever. Just better yourself. But now that Carrie's back. Carrie. All right. So let's just say in your last relationship,
Okay.
what was the most critical point that you felt like you dropped the ball at?
My very last relationship.
Very last one. I want you to think about 30 years ago.
So I don't know. Maybe I could have reached out after we separated.
No, before the
Part ways.
separation.
What do you mean?
Like, hold on. Before I get there,
Okay.
somebody said
What y'all say?
this is an excuse that black men use. Sometimes you have to have that moment. You can't just live in it. If I'm not mistaken, hey Deidre, this right here is Brandy.
Okay.
Hey Charity, 3:30 man. Tanisha, hold on. Tanisha said I think we can learn a lot from God, from Twitch. God rest his soul, and how black men mental is under attack at all time high right now. And that's because black men do not have an outlet to go.
Exactly.
She on to something, but before we get to that, Brandy says that's an excuse that black men use. And I think she's referring to, I don't want to hear your mouth. Am I right, Brandy?
What do you mean?
I don't want to hear your mouth.
Clarify that, Brandy.
Yeah.
So we can.
She says, somebody, that's an excuse that black men use. I want to hear what she has to say. Yeah. Brandy, you there?
Hey, Brandy.
Sometimes you just have to have that moment and you can't live in it. If I'm not mistaken, I think she's talking about controlling your mouth.
Well, okay.
If
Makes sense.
it's all in the way you say it, respect is mutual. Right.
True.
How you communicate
True.
with somebody. That's what Charity said.
True.
That's
But
what
at
I'm
the
talking
end of the
about.
day,
That's what she said.
If you and I, Chris, if we was in a relationship and you
Okay.
come home every day in a okay mood, at least, okay, and you come home this one day and you flip on me because the pancakes is just the way you normally like them, but today you don't want them that way. Do you make sense? You flip on me. The communication, hint, hint, I'm your wife. I love you. This isn't you. Baby, what's going on outside of this household? You may not or may not want to talk to me because it might be something that you can only handle with the guys, because it might be something that I, as a woman, can't handle and can't help you with, if that makes sense.
If I'm not mistaken, Tanisha said that earlier, or Deidre. Somebody said earlier something about, oh no, it was way off. Because her thing was something similar. Her thing was, she asked to know you okay, but she hear you on the phone talking to your partner saying, hey, this big dude, you know what I mean, is getting on my nerves or whatever. So yeah, I get what she's saying. But with you, I get that. Sometimes you need a moment. That's the problem. Like, a lot of times we got to be able to say, baby, I just need...
And you shouldn't have to say it. You know what I mean?
But
Okay.
if you're in a relationship with a person, you should be paying attention to that person to know something's not right.
Exactly, right off the
Something ain't right with Willie Earl.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something ain't right with Shaniqua.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Because these are Shaniqua's favorite pancakes. I don't
I
get
think
it.
you might have had an issue with some pancakes before.
No, I'm just using it in layman's so that everybody can kind of get a vivid picture of what I'm trying to say.
Well, yeah, but I personally see. Hey, Brandy, send Cheryl McKinney the link, because she's texting my phone talking about she can't find it or whatever. It's all about like Charity said. It's all about respect.
Yes.
And like I was saying earlier, how you communicate with a person.
Yes.
I think if you're 40, I'm gonna say 35, You done been in enough relationships between 21 and 35, whether it's one or whether it's 40. You know what I mean? You've been in enough relationship to learn that sometimes it's best to just be quiet and just wait.
And listen.
And just listen, because even even when a person is not speaking, that person is speaking volume. But that takes you getting to know your mate and not just screwing this person and not just paying the bills, not just coming home and just playing the routine. It's about getting to know this person.
Right.
Like, and I think that's what's going on now. We so like this all day long. You know what I mean? We at work. I was watching some video today. This dude said, I think it was Dick Gregory. He said 8 hours. We sleep for 8 hours. We work for 8 hours. Out of 24 hours. How many hours is that? That's 16 hours. Right? So you only got 12 hours. I think my math is right. No, you got 8 hours.
Yeah, 8.
Right? You only got 8 hours to say hello to your old lady or your wife. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be offensive. But you only got 8 hours to do this. If you have children, speak to your children, encourage your children. You only have 8 hours to get dinner ready, to make sure that you quiet the stomach from grumbling, right? You don't have time. So that means that you have to make time to get to know the person that you're with. And I personally feel like our phones or our technology, our iPads or social media.
Most definitely.
I know I could be, excuse me, but I know I could be sitting on the toilet and I could be done. For about 30 more minutes, I'm doing this. I'm scrolling on TikTok or I'm looking at some quote unquote inspirational, right? And my world is still spinning on the outside, but I'm stopped. I'm distracted. I had a quote one time called "Sometimes you just have to distract your distractions," and even all the positive stuff that's on the internet, even all the negative stuff on the internet, it's all a distraction from what you need to be doing. A lot of times, I knew a person that focused on working on themselves 49 hours a day and got nothing accomplished. But they was busy working on themselves, but forgot about everything else. They were distracted. But let's go back. Brandy, I like that statement. Somebody said, Brandy said no for something. Oh, Tanisha, if I know something is wrong, I give him the space until he is ready to talk. However, verbal confirmation of baby, I just need time to myself is much better than not speaking at all. Already.
On both ends.
On both ends,
Yes.
You're absolutely correct. I know for myself when I roll up out the bed what type of day I'm about to have. And so a lot of times I have to tell myself,
Not today.
not today. I can't afford it today. I have a football team that's waiting on me. I have children that's relying on me.
Right.
So I cannot have a bad day. I can't afford to go off on massa, right? I can't do that. You know what I mean? I can't go off on you. You know, whoever your relation. I can't do that. I gotta stay focused. All that, to my personal opinion, all that's a distraction. So today I asked everybody in this group, what is love? And before we clock out of here, what is love in your definition? And y'all, type it in the comments. What is love? What's your personal definition of love?
This is a question that he popped up on me, and I wish he would have let me
Speak
do
up.
my homework. I wish he would have let me do my homework because love to me is a feeling. It's an emotion. It's an act. It could be a thing, a song. It could be a teddy bear. Does it make sense? So you should let me do my homework.
No, no. This is your personal. I don't want
That's
no.
my personal opinion
I don't
about
want
love.
no special answer. I want to know.
Because my love, so I've known you for a little spell now.
You're right.
I can say yes, I love Chris.
Right.
I can turn right around and say, well, I probably couldn't say I love Chris. I probably would want to say I have love for Chris.
Exactly.
Okay. Because I'm going to want to say that I love my boyfriend.
Right.
Two different kind of loves, but I care for you. So if you're not in my life, I would feel some type of way. Definitely, I would feel some type of way if he wasn't in my life, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot. What y'all got to say? Because really, let me see.
You ain't gotta look nothing up. Listen,
Well,
I got you. I promise you, I got you. I understood what you were saying. Deidre was on here earlier in the group. She said what her definition was, and I want her to type it in if she's still on here. Tanisha told me what her definition was, and then I read what the definition was. Charity, I want to know your definition of love. Listen, while they getting all that together, people are confusing love with lust.
yes, I agree.
That's one of the things Deidre was saying. People are confusing love. I was like, people are confusing, which is the same thing, love with infatuation.
Okay, I agree.
When you love a person, you'll go that extra mile. You'll go 12 extra miles. You go 47 extra miles. I don't think now. Before I get to that, like I said this morning, before I get into that, I am gonna say, if you're in a relationship and it's abusive, whether it's physical abuse, whether it's mental abuse, or whether it's verbal abuse,
Get out.
get out. Like real talk.
Talk to somebody.
Get out. Talk to somebody, but get out. Because it's not going to get any better. I've been guilty of verbal abuse. I've been guilty of mental. But I can admit that. Once you can admit that, then you know what you can work on. You understand what I'm saying? Anybody that knows me knows that I have a smart mouth.
Oh, yes.
I live for it.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I used to watch my parents. Well, not my parents. That's a lie. My mother and her sisters, which is my aunts, and my uncle. And they used to just sit up and play spades. And they just used to just talk smart. And I used to say, "Oh my God, I can't wait till I do it. And I can't wait till I get old so I can do it. So I won't get hit in the mouth now." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I have a real smart mouth, and I can make you, without cussing you out, I can make you feel this big.
Right.
That's not love though.
True.
Cause I don't want to do nothing to I shouldn't if I say I love you, I shouldn't want to say nothing or do anything to you to hurt you.
Yes.
And that's what male and female are. That's what male and female are guilty of.
Yes, I agree.
Hold on, not over everything, but you know. Oh, you talking about the 5 love languages? Tanisha, shut up. I should love you enough. I should love you enough not to talk to you crazy.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I should be able to look you in your eye. But because of, and this is not an excuse, I'm just a reality. Because of how, quote unquote, we was raised, or how we saw mom and dad. Now, honestly, I never saw my dad with my mom talk crazy.
Right.
Never in my life. I tell people all the time, people can't believe it. I've never seen him smoke, never seen him drink, I've never even heard him cuss. He came home every night. And then I found out that he don't know how to argue either. So
That's cute.
he don't know how to argue. You know what I mean? So we got the argument because he was daddy, so we had to shut up. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I never seen that. But yet, me personally, I'm finna argue with you. You know what I mean? It was times where I was like, Dad, you gonna let mama say that? Like, and it wasn't nothing bad, but
Right.
I was, I'm 13. This is what I would have said, but to know them is to love them. But I should love you enough to respect you. I have no business calling a woman that I'm in love with or who I vowed to spend the rest of my life with, or who I vowed to share even a child with. Because that's one of the most beautiful things that you can ever do on this planet, is to share a child with that person. Right? So who am I to call you a B at your name? Why would I degrade you when you are putting your life on the line having this child? Whether they're a baby mama or whether they're a wife or whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. It goes back to the question, why do black men not want to date African American women? But it goes across the board with all races. You got a comment?
Now go ahead.
I think it goes across the board with all. Let's go back to the communication. You kind of threw me out tonight.
The communication. Stop whispering. They gotta hear you.
They hear me?
Okay.
Baby, we did a good sound check.
You're right. It goes with the Tanisha tripping. It goes back to the communication. First off, before you say you love somebody, I think you need to learn how to communicate. It's just like I was saying earlier today that love is like a blanket. It covers multitude of different things. Like me personally, I don't see how parents do it, talk crazy to their children. Like mine got my heart. I don't even want to see them get a whooping, but I don't. I used to. Yeah, you know me. But I used to, but like now that I'm getting older, like, you know what I mean? Like my heart, my love for my child is, I can't. So I just leave it up to the mamas, hey, beat them. Don't care. You do your thing. Okay. You know what I mean? I can't do it. Well, not beat them because CPS is probably listening or whatever. But you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And so for me to have that feeling towards my child, why come I can't have that feeling towards the person that birthed him? The respect, the communication. And so let's go back to the beginning on why. One of the reasons why the black man don't want to marry the black woman. Okay. The black woman was built to be strong since the beginning of time. She's strong. She has to be strong. You know who her dude was? It was Adam. She had to be strong. You know who I am? I'm Chris. You got to be strong to deal with me. And so for me, it's more of if you with me, we are both Leos. Wow. If you are with me, right? You can't be sorry. You gotta have. And so the thing is, I met my match. I can't beat you up. You're not one of these niggas on the street. I can't slap you. I'm not supposed to, right? And I'm not finna cuss you out because I said I love you, right? So how? At what point do we say, just calm down and just talk to me and just communicate with me, right? Just communicate with me. Don't fuss at me. Don't yell at me. Don't talk to me like I'm junior or number two. Don't do this, because this is annoying.
Very annoying.
Nowadays, people are getting into these. I'm just now starting to dib and dab in it, now. But people are starting to deal in this. We become a society now where everybody wants to know your sign. Whether you're a Sagittarius or Leo, and I'm just now reading up on it. It's pretty cool. I'm being careful with it, but I've heard that different signs clashes with, and it come to find out some of it is true when I think about, my past, or not just you or people that I know, or not just Joe Blow. You know what I mean? Like people that relationships that I've been in. It's like, wow, I didn't realize that. So now I'm starting to pay attention to that as well, because a lot of people use that term unequally yoked, but that covers a multitude of things as well. Like if you're not compatible with this person, and not just in the Christian world, in the Bible world, you're just not compatible with them. It's gonna be chaos.
With any noun.
Right. Right. But I gotta go check on this real quick. Talk to me.
What you want me to talk
Anything.
about? Okay, well, you still on Earth, so do.
No, talk.
What do you want me to talk about? You gotta
Your
give me
experience.
my experience with
Right.
life. That's so broad. Okay, so maybe I can tell your experience on a topic that me and my boyfriend go over, have talked about, have touched on. It's definitely the today's modern woman. I'm a bad bee. I'm this. I'm that. Like, it's cool. But most men, at least majority of men, okay, they want to be able to lead, protect, and provide for the woman. They typically don't look for relationships for the woman to pay the bills in a relationship, or even to do the yard work, and stuff like that. So he's back, and I was just talking.
Somebody was at the door. Listen, I have no clue what you just said, and it's
great.
cool. It's like you just
ran.
rambling.
Cut it and edit it out. Boom, boom, thing.
Not live. These people on here, they're gonna call me about it. They're gonna
Oh,
say,
they
Chris.
gonna call me out. Why you had that girl?
Well, that girl high. And
high.
I'm gonna say, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
How do you feel
high
about the
girl.
new black
Right.
woman era of living a softer life?
She said, "How do I feel?"
Yeah,
about
there you go.
Okay. Oh yay! How do you feel about the new black woman era? What is it?
I don't know what the softer
Of
life
a
thing
softer life.
is. Tanisha, retype that.
Not the new black woman era of living a softer life. Maybe she's referring to. We'll see what she say, but maybe she's referring to now women, such as myself, is able to grasp the information and like actually see ourselves. And now, I am submissive to my boyfriend, which in the past, being shown, I wasn't submissive. At a point, but then I allow, because this is our household and this is their household and look way better than ours. So let me just leave this household.
Oh,
just
trying to keep up with the Joneses.
type thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because it doesn't, it's not peachy and creamy. And so, but it looks like Tanisha and the Jones is pretty dang on good. They always have a smile on their face every time I see them.
And be pissed off when they close the door. And so we want what they have, but not ready to go through the hell that they went through, that they have to go through. Listen, y'all, I'm not trying to be funny. So that way, y'all don't think I'm, being funny or whatever. I want you to read what my iPad says. What it say?
Oh, iPhone storage about to be full.
iPad storage full. So I got to delete some stuff before I go off. But did you dare ask the question that we can talk about next week? First off, I don't have all the answers.
Me neither.
I never thought, I'm not trying to make nobody believe that I do. I could just tell people what
What I'm going through right now.
what I've gone through, what I've handled, and what I didn't handle, where I failed at and where I didn't fail at. But before we go, hold on. Tanisha says, meaning women are no longer being masculine and having to take on that role. That's a good one. Matter of fact, I'm finna screenshot that because we're gonna talk about that too. But Deidre asked a question that I am not finna deal with right now because it's not. It look like to me I'm the only guy on the line right now.
You might not be. I need to check.
Well, right here, I'm not the only. I mean, I am the only guy here.
Which is great.
And so the question is,
Okay.
she says, Deidre Evans says, I got a question.
Okay.
Why do men cheat after marriage?
Okay.
We will deal with that next week.
Oh, that's a good one.
Why do men cheat?
can't just dive
Look, I'm
into
not
it
making
real
that up.
quick.
She
We
she
can't
put
go.
it right there.
We gotta wait till next week. But
Why
that's
do
great.
men cheat? You know, and before we get to next week, you women.
That's you, girl.
No, I'm not calling her out.
Okay.
I'm not calling you out.
No, I'm
just
talking
talking
about
about
women in general.
women in general.
Right.
You Negroes cheat more than men do.
They really
Talk to y'all later.